call to order the September 24th, 2020 meeting of the Bloomington Planning Commission. The Planning Commission is made up of 7 volunteer Bloomington residents appointed by the City Council. The Commission is advisory to the Council. For most items, the Commission makes recommendations, and the City Council has final decision-making authority. In certain cases, the Planning Commission can approve or deny an application subject to an appeal. For each item, there will be a staff report, an opportunity for the applicant to present, and then time for any member of the public to provide testimony. Our first order of business tonight is the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand as you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, as we begin, I will ask Mr. Markegard to share information on remote meeting process.
Sure, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the public. Given the pandemic, we are having another remote meeting. It's our 11th remote meeting since the pandemic began. So we have just 2 people here in the chambers, and all other commissioners and applicants in the public are remote. But definitely want your comments, so you can call in at any time. Call tonight 952-563-8926, or you could email planning@bloomingtonmn.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Markegard. Our first item of business tonight is a conditional use permit for a place of assembly. Commissioner Corman. We have audio on.
Yeah, Commissioner Corman, we're not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, due to my relationship with the owner of the building, I won't be participating of the discussion of this item, and I will be abstaining from voting too.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. Thank you, Madam Commissioner. Can we have the staff report, please?
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. This is Liz O'Day in Planning. Item 1 on your agenda this evening is for a conditional use permit. The site is located at 351 East 88th Street, which is both the Valley View Elementary and Middle School. This particular use would be within the middle school that is circled in red. The site is mostly surrounded by single-family residences on Portland Avenue and 88th Street. The use would be occupied by Maranatha Christian Church. They previously occupied a space within Creekside Community Center, and then they are requesting to use a space within the Valley View Middle School. They would primarily use the cafeteria, which is circled in red. There would be about 40 parishioners, but they are expected to increase their growth over time. Staff doesn't have any concern with parking. There's more than enough adequate parking on site to handle the use. Plus, the use would, occupy or occur entirely outside of school hours. So we are requesting that the church and the school monitor the parking to avoid conflicts. Lighting and landscaping are both compliant. And then lastly, this does go on to the City Council for final decision on October 5th. 2020. And with that, we are recommending approval. Pretty short and straightforward presentation for you guys tonight.
Thank you, Ms. O'Day. Are there any questions for staff at this time? Commissioner Cookton.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Ms. O'Day, just to clarify, any activities from the place of assembly would not occur at the same time as school, so a special event, a funeral, etc., that would have to be scheduled outside of school hours, is that correct?
Commissioner Cookton, that is correct. They would be, I believe their hours on the project description were Sundays 10 to 1 p.m., on Sundays, and then they would have to work with the school on funerals and outside events so that it would occur outside of school hours.
Commissioner Goldsman.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. One question I have is around these types of permits. Does it also require the applicant to take care of security, trash, that type of maintenance of the facility while they're using it?
Chair and Commissioner Goldsman, I believe that they are having a school employee on site during their services. So I'm guessing that they can handle the facility and maintenance type issues that might arise. And then as far as like trash and stuff goes, there is an indoor trash room that is not too far away from the cafeteria that they should be able to use.
Ms. O'Day, you mentioned that the applicant has been operating their church in the Creekside Community Center. During their time there, are there any complaints that you're aware of from that use?
Mr. Chair, I am not aware of any complaints.
Thank you. Any other commissioners have questions for staff? Seeing none, would the applicant wish to speak on this item?
Hello there, this is Mike Larson. I'm the Building Reservations Manager for Bloomington Schools. I have with me Pastor Noah Shelton from Maranatha Church. To answer Commissioner Goldsman's question, we will have a Bloomington Schools custodian on duty before, during, and after the church services.
Thank you, Mr. Larson. Any other comments you wish to share with the commission?
No, but we do thank you for your time.
Okay, are there any questions for the applicant? Seeing none, we'll move to open the public hearing. Are there any members of the public online who wish to speak on this item that we know of?
Mr. Chairman, nobody registered ahead of time. Let me check in with Mr. Pease to see if he's had any callers. Mr. Pease?
No calls.
Thank you.
Okay. And there is no one here present in the chamber, so I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing. Commissioner Goldsman.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Goldsman and a second by Commissioner Albrecht to close the public hearing. All those in favor say aye by roll call. Commissioner Goldsman.
Aye.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Aye.
Commissioner Abdi. Do we have Commissioner Abdi on audio?
Oh, she says, just got an email. Said her screen is frozen and cannot unmute. She said she is, well, I'll reserve that till after the public hearing is closed. But
Okay. We do have, are we able to continue then with 4? Is that accurate?
yes, 4 would be a quorum.
Okay. Commissioner Cookton.
Aye.
And that's an aye for myself. The ayes are 4, the nays are 0. The public hearing is closed. Discussion. Commissioner Goldsman.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I think that this conditional use permit is pretty straightforward. I've always liked to see residents using some of the facilities and amenities that we have within the city, and schools are one of them. So I am in support of this. I think it's a good use of the space, and we'll be supporting the conditional use permit as it stands.
Thank you, Commissioner Goldsman. Commissioner Albrecht.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just will echo Commissioner Goldsman's remarks. Great application, great concurrent uses, and I'm in support.
Thank you, Commissioner Albrecht. I would concur with the comments that are made. It's always good to see facilities have greater utilization versus expanding into new facilities that would have less utilization. So I too am in support. Is there any other discussion from the commission? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion on the item. Commissioner Albrecht.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In case PL 2020-156, having been able to make the required findings, I move to recommend approval of a conditional use permit for a place of assembly within a school at 351 East 88th Street, subject to the conditions and code requirements attached to the staff report.
Commissioner Goldsman.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Albrecht and seconded by Commissioner Goldsman. All those in favor say aye by roll. Commissioner Goldsman.
Aye.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Aye.
Do we have Commissioner Abdi yet?
Let's see if I can unmute, if that would help here. Commissioner Abdi, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Would you wish to vote on the motion?
Yes, I do. Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner Abdi. Commissioner Cookton.
Aye.
And aye for myself. The motion with 5 ayes, 0 nays prevails. This will move on to the October 5th City Council agenda. Our second item tonight is a code amendment for auto dealership signage. There has been a request to continue this item to the October 8th Planning Commission. May I have a motion for that item? Commissioner Goldsman.
I make a motion to continue the item at hand to the October 8th meeting as requested by the applicant.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Goldsman and second by Commissioner Albrecht to continue the item regarding code amendment for auto dealership signage to the October 8th Planning Commission agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye by roll call. Commissioner Goldsman.
Aye.
Commissioner Corman.
Aye.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Aye.
Commissioner Abdi.
Aye.
Commissioner Cookton.
Aye.
And that's an aye for me. The ayes being 6 with no nays, this item is continued to October 8th. The final item on tonight's agenda is an approval of the Planning Commission minutes from July 16th. All members were present at that meeting. Do I have a motion for approval? Commissioner Albrecht.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to approve the draft Planning Commission meeting synopsis of July 16th, 2020 as presented.
Thank you. A second? Commissioner Goldsman.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Albrecht and seconded by Commissioner Goldsman to approve the Planning Commission synopsis of July 16th, 2020. All those in favor signify by saying aye by roll. Commissioner Goldsman.
Aye.
Commissioner Corman.
Aye.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Aye.
Commissioner Abdi.
Aye.
Commissioner Cookton. Sorry, Commissioner Cookton, could you repeat?
Aye.
And that's an aye for myself. The ayes being 6, the noes being 0. The Planning Commission meeting synopsis is adopted. And that concludes this evening's business of the Bloomington Planning Commission. The next meeting is on October 8th.